Okay, so everyone has imaginary friends at one point when they're younger, especially if you're an only child. Anyway, let me start off with the weird, creepy incidents that occurred between Milo and I. When I was little, I would get into a lot of trouble, painting on the walls with a bingo dabber, spilling a whole box of cereal into the floor and trying to swim in it, cutting my own hair, almost electrocuting myself to death when I put a knife in an electrical socket, all sorts of things. All of these things had one thing in common, and I have absolutely no recollection of doing them. What I do remember is my mother yelling at me for all the things, and me sobbing and screaming, "Milo made me do it." My mother grew tired of the excuses and would grab my shoulders and look at me dead in the eyes and just repeat, "Milo isn't real." Sometimes I would argue back and forth with her, other times I'd just nod. This started happening when I was 3 and continued until I was 6, which for a little kid is a long-ass time. I mean, what I do remember is pretending he was there so vividly that I could actually hear him speaking to me, which I thought was normal when you have an imaginary friend. He sounded like a little kid, but with a croaky frog voice, that echo inside my head. He'd tell me to do crazy shit like ride my bike off the porch or jump from the 15-foot balcony onto the stairs. I saw him twice. I saw him. Once was in the mirror. I was brushing my teeth before bed, and the door to the hallway was open a crack, and I noticed someone standing just outside it. I thought it was my mom or maybe my grandma, since whoever it had been had long hair. I focused on the figure. His hair was brown and he had bangs like some terrible 80s haircut. He had a black t-shirt and beat-up jeans on, no shoes, and when he saw me in the mirror, he smiled. He had sharp white teeth, and his gums, they were black. I screamed my damn head off, and when I turned around, there was absolutely nothing there. My grandpa was the only one who believed me when I told him what I saw, and now that I'm older, I'm sure that he was just trying to comfort me since I was sobbing so hard. My mom and grandma were pissed that I was screaming at the top of my lungs at 9:30 on a school night. The second time I saw him, I was in a sleepover with my aunt and my older cousin. We fell asleep on my aunt's bedroom floor since we were too chicken to sleep alone in her big house. We had our sleeping bags on the floor and our TV on. At some point in the middle of the night, I had woken up and rolled over, facing my aunt's bed, and he was there crouching beside her bed. The light from the TV hits his crouched posture, and I notice how he still has no shoes on. Just as I noticed his head snap towards me, he grinned even wider than the last time. The blue light from the TV hit the apples of his cheeks and made his sharp teeth even brighter. He brought his finger to his lips and made a long shh sound as I fell asleep instantly. The last time I remember hearing his voice in my head was at my babysitter's. My mom had taken Grandpa and my grandma to a casino for the night and decided to leave me with a babysitter. Anyway, at 3 o'clock in the morning exactly, I woke up and felt really, really, really hungry. I climbed out of bed and went straight for the kitchen. His voice, it was there. It just told me, eat, 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 chanting over in my head till the word lost its meaning. I don't quite remember what happened next, but I remember my horrified babysitter turning onto the kitchen light to reveal me devouring a large orange with the peel on and the juice running down my face and hands. She never babysat me again, and I don't blame her. Okay, now the crazy shit started with my 4-year-old sister about a month and a half ago. She stuck a sheet of tinfoil in the microwave, and it would have set the microwave on fire if I hadn't walked in. She was sitting with her face right close to it, watching the tinfoil burn and melt. When my mom asked her why, she was screaming and crying. Milo made me do it. My mom and I just looked at each other. Neither of us have ever told her about Milo.